Every morning is a battle, not against the world, but against your own mind. Your day doesn't start when you leave your bed. It starts the moment you wake up. The real question is, how will you win that battle? Pause. I'm about to share with you the 5 secrets that will transform your mornings, your mindset, and ultimately your life. By the end of this, you'll have the tools to rise, shine, and start the day in a way that makes you unstoppable. Are you ready? The first 60 seconds of your day are the most important moments of your life. Not because it's a motivational phrase, but because, whether you realize it or not, the moment your eyes open, you're at a crossroads. You can either start your day with intention, or let the world dictate for you. And let me tell you, there's a price to pay if you allow the world to decide for you. Every morning, you have a choice. Rise with purpose or lie there letting your thoughts control you. Most people hit snooze, drag themselves out of bed, and start their day in autopilot. They check their phones, scroll through social media, and get lost in distractions. And what happens? Their minds are filled with other people's priorities, other people's problems. They've handed over the reins to someone else before they've even stepped out of bed. Let me give you an example. Think about a great athlete. Let's say Michael Jordan. The man didn't just wake up and hope he would have a good day. He started his day with one purpose, to be the best. He didn't roll over and check his emails. He didn't waste time wondering how hard practice would be. He got up with fire in his heart. He was ready to take control, and the moment he opened his eyes, he made sure every second counted. This isn't just about productivity or success. It's about taking control of your life. There's a reason why high performers talk about the importance of the first moment of the day. They know the battle for your mind starts the minute you wake up. If you give in to the temptation of laziness, the temptation to just relax for a little longer, you've already lost. Because that's not the mindset of someone who wins. That's the mindset of someone who's already accepted defeat. The psychology behind this is simple. Your mind is most impressionable right when you wake up. It's like a sponge that absorbs everything around it. If you wake up and start thinking about all the things you need to do, the stress of the day ahead, or the negativity around you, that's what you're setting yourself up for. But if you decide in that moment to take control, to wake up and say to yourself, I own this day, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're not just reacting to life, you're creating it. I want you to think about this. When you wake up, you're given an opportunity that the rest of the day can't replicate. It's a fresh start, a blank slate. But if you waste those first 60 seconds, you lose something invaluable. You lose the chance to claim your day. The most successful people in the world, they don't just wake up, they wake up with intention. They set their minds to work before their bodies ever leave the bed. Now, imagine if you took those first 60 seconds and made them your own. Imagine using that minute to ground yourself, to breathe, to express gratitude. Think about how differently the rest of your day would go if you started it with the mindset of someone who takes control, someone who has already won the battle. I'll tell you this, your first minute is your opportunity to start strong. If you begin your day with intention, your mind will be sharper, your body more energized, and your focus will be unwavering. But if you let that moment slip by, you'll find yourself reacting to everything that comes your way. And let's be honest, that's not the life you want. The power is in your hands. Master those first 60 seconds. Own them. Because, my friend, when you master the first minute, you master your day. And when you master your day, you master your life. Gratitude is not a luxury. It's a necessity. The moment you wake up, you have a choice. You can either focus on what you lack or appreciate what you have. It sounds simple, but there's nothing more powerful than starting your day with gratitude. Gratitude is a force. It shifts your perspective, elevates your energy, and puts you in a mindset of abundance. And let me tell you, there's no better time to access this power than the moment your eyes open in the morning. Think about it. Most people wake up thinking about everything that's wrong with their lives. The bills they have to pay, the problems at work, the relationships that need fixing. But in that very moment, when you focus on what's wrong, you set the tone for the rest of your day. Your mind immediately starts to search for more problems to solve. And before you know it, you're off to the races, consumed by stress and negativity. The truth is, Starting your day on a negative note is like starting a race with your feet already in cement. But gratitude changes everything. It shifts your energy from lack to abundance. It moves your mindset from scarcity to opportunity. Think about someone who practices gratitude every morning. Someone like Oprah Winfrey. Every day, she takes a moment to reflect on the things she's grateful for. And she doesn't just mention the obvious things like family or success. She gets specific. She's grateful for the lessons learned in failure, for the moments of kindness from strangers, for the beauty of a sunrise. She understands that gratitude isn't about big, flashy things. It's about noticing the small, powerful blessings in your life. The power of gratitude lies in its ability to rewire your brain. When you express gratitude, you activate the part of your brain that controls positive emotions. You begin to notice the good around you, and that's what grows. What you focus on expands. So when you start your day with gratitude, you set a foundation for your mind to seek out more good things. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil. You're cultivating a garden of abundance, and it will grow throughout your day. I want to tell you about a man who faced incredible hardship. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. Frankl spent years in concentration camps, enduring unimaginable suffering. Yet, in the darkest moments of his life, he found reasons to be grateful. He found gratitude in the ability to choose his attitude, to control his response to suffering. He realized that, even in the face of death, the one thing no one could take from him was his ability to find meaning and appreciation. Frankl went on to write a book called Man's Search for Meaning, and his story continues to inspire millions. This man didn't just survive, he thrived, because he understood the power of gratitude, even in the most impossible circumstances. Now, let me be clear. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. Life isn't perfect. But gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. It doesn't erase the challenges, but it gives you the strength to face them, the strength to see beyond the struggles and appreciate the progress, however small. This is why you must make gratitude a daily habit. As soon as you wake up, before your feet even hit the floor, take a moment to reflect on what's good in your life. It could be your health, your family, your work, or even the fact that you woke up with a new opportunity. Get specific. The more you do this, the more you'll see how much you have to be thankful for. And the more you focus on what's good, the more good things will come into your life. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a mindset. And when you start your day with this mindset, you transform your life. Let me tell you something. Life is about motion. If you're not moving, you're just existing. And existing is not enough. If you want to truly live, if you want to experience the fullness of life, you have to move. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Movement is the key to growth, the secret to unlocking your potential. You don't wait for life to happen. You make it happen through action, through movement. We've all heard the phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it. But it's not just about your muscles or your body. It's about your mind. The same principle applies to your thoughts, your ideas, and your energy. If you're not moving forward, if you're not challenging yourself, you're stagnating. And stagnation is the killer of progress. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, whether a world-class athlete, a business mogul, or a leader in any field, they all have one thing in common. They don't wait. They don't sit back and hope things will change. They move. Every morning, they start their day with motion, with purpose, because they know that's the only way to keep moving toward their goals. This doesn't just apply to physical movement. It's about getting up and making things happen, pushing through the resistance, and finding the energy to keep going when things get tough. Take someone like Richard Branson, for example. The billionaire entrepreneur wakes up every morning with a purpose. He's not sitting around, waiting for inspiration to strike. He's up, he's moving, he's challenging himself. Whether it's getting out on his private island, going for a jog, or tackling a new business venture, Richard Branson understands the power of movement. It's the fuel that drives him, the force that propels him toward his success. But it's not just about the physical act of moving. It's about the mindset that movement creates. When you move, you break free from the inertia that holds you back. You push past the doubt, the fear, the negativity that can keep you stuck in place. It's easy to sit back and let life pass you by. It's easy to tell yourself, I'll get to it tomorrow. But that's how you lose the game. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It keeps moving whether you do or not. The science behind this is simple. Our brains are wired for movement. When you move, you trigger the release of dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel good, the chemical that motivates you to keep going. It's the brain's way of rewarding you for taking action. And the more you move, the more dopamine you release. That's why successful people are often energized, they're in motion, they're making things happen, and their brains are rewarding them for it. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. When was the last time you felt truly alive? I'm not talking about existing. I'm talking about feeling that spark inside of you, that energy that makes you want to take on the world. For most people, that feeling doesn't come from sitting still. It comes from doing something. It comes from moving with purpose, whether it's starting a new project, pushing through a tough workout, or simply getting out of your comfort zone and facing the day head on. Movement is about choice. It's about deciding to rise up and take control of your day, your goals, and your life. It's about doing something today that will move you one step closer to the life you want. And it doesn't matter how big or small the action is. What matters is that you take it. You were not put on this earth to simply exist. You were meant to live, to grow, to move. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Get up, move, and make today count. Because when you move, you're not just moving your body. You're moving your entire life forward. And that, my friend, is how you truly live. Setting your intentions isn't just a motivational slogan. It's the blueprint for how your day unfolds. Most people wake up, roll out of bed, and let the day happen to them. They go through the motions, reacting to whatever comes their way, like leaves in the wind. But that's not how life works for those who succeed. They understand the power of intention. They understand that if you don't set the direction of your day, someone or something else will do it for you. When you wake up in the morning, you have a moment of pure potential. The world is open to you, and you can choose how it will unfold. But if you don't set your intentions, if you don't consciously decide what you're going to do, you leave it up to chance. And let me tell you something. Chance is a terrible manager. When you let the day happen to you, you end up distracted, overwhelmed, and often unproductive. But when you decide ahead of time what your day will look like, you step into a different kind of power. You take control. Look at someone like Elon Musk. He doesn't just wake up and see what happens. No, he's known for meticulously planning his day, from the minute he wakes up to the moment he goes to bed. His intentions are clear. He's going to make an impact. He's going to push his companies forward. He's going to solve the world's biggest problems. And it all starts with decision. When you set your intentions, you bring focus to your life. You align your actions with your vision. The science behind this is simple. When you set an intention, you prime your brain. You're telling your mind what to focus on, and your mind is like a laser. It filters out distractions and brings your attention to what matters most. This is why setting intentions is so powerful. It directs your energy and your focus. It's a signal to your subconscious mind that today is not just any day. Today is a day where you're in charge. But let me ask you, how often do you set your intentions before you step into your day? Most people don't. They wait for the day to dictate how they feel. They let their emails, their meetings, their problems determine the course of the day. But when you set your intentions, you decide ahead of time what's going to matter, whether it's your health, your career, or your relationships. Setting intentions is about aligning yourself with your goals and values. I want you to think about a time when you had a breakthrough in your life. Maybe you got a promotion or you achieved something that felt like a personal victory. What do all those moments have in common? They all started with decision. You decided that you were going to do something and you made it happen. That's the power of intention. It's not just wishful thinking. It's the foundation for all your actions. Take the example of a runner. Before they race, they set their intention to win. They focus on their goal, and everything they do, from the way they train to the way they approach the race, is aligned with that intention. And when the race starts, they don't leave anything to chance. They've already decided what will happen. Setting intentions is like that for your day. You don't just wake up and hope things will work out. You wake up with purpose. You decide how your day will unfold, what you will accomplish, and how you will show up, whether it's a big goal or a small task. Setting intentions gives your actions purpose. It turns an ordinary day into something extraordinary. Now, here's the key. You have to be specific. Saying, "I want to have a good day," isn't enough. Your intentions need to be clear, actionable, and connected to your values. For example, "I will focus on being productive and present in every meeting," or "I will spend 30 minutes exercising to improve my health," are powerful, specific intentions that put you in charge of your day. And when you make your intentions clear, the day has no choice but to follow your lead. So, when you wake up tomorrow, ask yourself, what do I want to create today? What do I want to accomplish? Make the decision before the world tries to tell you what your day will look like. Set your intention and make the day yours. When you do this, you're not just reacting to life, you're creating it. And that, my friend, is the secret to a life lived on your terms. We all know the importance of feeding our bodies. We eat, we exercise, we take care of our physical health. But here's the truth that many people overlook. Feeding your mind is just as important, if not more so, than feeding your body, because the mind controls everything. It dictates your actions, your decisions, your beliefs. And if you're not feeding it with the right nutrients, then you're limiting your potential. Think about it. You wouldn't eat junk food every day and expect to run a marathon, right? You would neglect your body's needs and expect to be at your best. But how often do you neglect your mind? How often do you fill your mind with negativity, fear, doubt, or distraction, and expect to live a life of purpose and success? The truth is, your mind is like a garden. It will grow whatever you feed it. And if you're feeding it negativity, it will grow weeds. If you're feeding it positive, empowering thoughts, it will grow strong, vibrant plants. The most successful people in the world understand this. They don't just take care of their bodies. They take care of their minds. People like Warren Buffett, who reads for hours every day, or Tim Ferriss, who spends a significant portion of his day consuming information that helps him grow mentally and emotionally. They feed their minds with knowledge, wisdom, and positive input, and that's what fuels their success. The mind doesn't just run on autopilot. It needs direction. It needs stimulation. It needs to be filled with ideas, perspective, and strategies that elevate your thinking and drive you toward your goals. Let me give you a real-world example of someone who knew the importance of feeding their mind. Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors of all time, didn't just create light bulbs. He created a mindset that was focused on growth, innovation, and possibility. Edison didn't spend his time dwelling on what he didn't have. He spent it feeding his mind with knowledge and ideas that would lead him to breakthroughs. He understood that in order to achieve something extraordinary, he needed to surround himself with inspiration, not limitations. Your mind is your most powerful tool, but it's also vulnerable. It can be easily swayed by the people around you, the media you consume, and the thoughts you entertain. If you're constantly exposing yourself to negativity, to people who drain your energy, to media that fuels your fears and insecurities, then you're starving your mind. You're filling it with junk. And just like eating junk food affects your body, junk thoughts affect your life. They limit your potential, block your creativity, and create barriers to success. On the other hand, when you feed your mind with positive, uplifting content, when you surround yourself with people who push you to grow and challenge your thinking, you create an environment where success can thrive. This doesn't mean living in a bubble where you ignore reality, but it means choosing what you let in. It means reading books that inspire you, listening to podcasts that motivate you, and watching videos that expand your thinking. It means filling your mind with ideas that push you to become better every day. You see, feeding your mind isn't just about learning new things. It's about cultivating the right mindset. The right mindset is one that believes in possibility, in growth, and in action. When you feed your mind with this kind of energy, it drives you to take action, to push past your limits, and to achieve things that you once thought were impossible. I'll tell you something. The most successful people are the ones who dedicate themselves to feeding their minds every single day. They understand that greatness is not a result of talent alone. It's a result of intentional growth. It's a result of consistently feeding your mind with the right resources, the right knowledge, and the right perspectives. You cannot rise above the level of your thinking. And if you want to change your life, you must start by changing the way you feed your mind. So ask yourself this: what are you feeding your mind today? Are you giving it junk? Or are you feeding it with the nutrients it needs to grow? Make the decision to feed your mind with the right things, and watch how it transforms not only your life, but your potential to achieve anything you set your mind to. Here's the thing. You're not just waking up in the morning. You're waking up to a new opportunity. You're waking up to greatness. But you have to decide to embrace it. If you don't take control of your mornings, someone else will. If you don't dictate the terms of your day, you'll find yourself reacting to whatever comes your way. The choice is yours. Your mornings are your foundation. Make them count. Make them yours. Because, my friend, the moment you take control of your mornings, you take control of your life. Ending. Leave a lasting impact. Remember this. Your mornings aren't just the beginning of your day. They're the beginning of your future. What you do with them determines how far you'll go. And every single day you choose greatness, you step closer to becoming the person you were born to be. The moment you stop letting the day control you is the moment you start controlling it. So, I challenge you. Today, make your morning a masterpiece. Because how you start is how you finish. And trust me, you want to finish strong.